To us adults, saying please and thank you is like second nature, or at least it should be. But your toddler may not always show the best manners. That's because they need to be taught. This month's American Baby magazine has some ideas on how you can transform your child from a diva to a darling. And right now we're joined by American Baby's features editor, Tricia O'Brien. Good morning.
Good morning.
The kids don't just come out with manners. You got to really work on it.
They absolutely don't. Adults even have to work on them.
And so when you're around them, the things you do, they really pay attention to you. So you really have to watch what you say, right?
Yeah, they pick up things. I mean, even a baby, you just want to speak in a nice tone to others, use respect in your household. They'll start absorbing that early on.
And so they pay attention to what we say, and they know that that can hurt other people if it's not nice things.
Well, they actually don't really know. What happens is kids don't have an inner filter, so they just say whatever comes to their mind. So if they see something that's interesting to them, they'd say, oh my, look at that person, he's fat. And kids need to learn that what they say can hurt people, and they can't always say what's on their mind.
As adults, we know we should stick out our hand when we meet someone new, shake their hand, say hello, but for kids it's not so easy. So what can you do to teach them the ways of the road?
Yeah, most kids are going to maybe dive behind your legs. So what you can do is you can practice with them. So have them practice with a doll or a toy, shaking that doll's hand, and then practice with grandma or their babysitter, someone they feel comfortable with.
Another thing that we do when we're home is when we're seeing our friends off, we take them to the door, but for children that's not so second nature. So
no, they might be in the middle of a TV program they think is more interesting. What you really need to do is take your child's hand, and walk them to the door. You might have to keep doing that over and over, and it becomes a habit, but habits have to be learned and practiced.
For the holidays, they're going to be getting some presents that they might not be so into. How do they, like us adults sometimes can, hide the disappointment if they're not so enthused?
Right, well, what they need to be taught, like, listen, you need to say thank you for every gift that you get, but what you can do is make a game of it and practice opening boring presents with them, like socks, and then teach them the reaction that they're supposed to have.
And then lastly, when you're on the phone, sometimes they can be pulling at your clothes or talking out of turn and stuff. What should you tell them about that so that they know to give you your space?
Toddlers need to learn to wait. They don't like to do it. So what you need to do is before you get on the phone, talk to them. And then when you're off of the phone, or if you're on the phone, you can hold up your finger, and that's sort of the symbol. Mommy's busy right now.
Some good stuff. All right, Tricia O'Brien, features editor for American Baby. Thanks so much for being with us.